are more relatable than basically whatever you can see. Correct or correct? So please don't mind me if you notice me going out of the slide. I'm going to drop the slide. If you need it, please have it. So my function here today is to challenge our thinking and answer self-subsilient questions in such a way that if we leave this place today, you would say that indeed 7th of February is a day that you can remember for just one thing. So we have the statistics of the Nigerian labor market, which is not comfortable if you ask me. And most of the time today, you will notice that everything that has happened in Nigeria today, there's always bad news, correct? And whether you believe it or not, bad news travels faster or gains more traction if I may use the journalism balance, much more than good news. You would hear that someone established a foundation, someone did this, was able to reinvent something, reinvent the wheel in one area, is able to break through, and you would never hear the news. But immediately you see 75-year-old man sleeps with 2-year-old girl, number 2 trending on Twitter. Or you see that Olamide insults on that. In fact, I've never seen that kind of year in my life. I think we started this year. How did we? Most of us follow Twitter trends. How did we start this year? That was a year. Thank you. You see, those are part of the skills we are going to be talking about. I'm surprised that when I said who follows the Twitter trend, only one person was able to respond to me. You know, basically. So, like I said, we're going to be challenging ourselves. I know that there's practically nothing I can say. If I combine the experience of everybody that is here today, you cannot even take one over 100 of mine from it. Because you see big wigs, I'm very scared when I see big wigs seated, when I see my president, my distinguished president, and every other board members, and you know, guests and friends, which I'm sure are here. I'm already scared, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to tell these people? But I know definitely that you will get to learn something from this today. The statistics is not interesting. I wish I can put them up. I'm sure you all had the end of the budget that has been submitted, the appropriations, the jargons, and all of that. You see the percentage that has been earmarked for education, and you see that the cutleries in Aso Rock has more importance than the average Nigerian youth. But in any case, I'm not an average Nigerian. I am built much more than that. So when they call average Nigerian, I don't answer because basically I have a higher power and a higher factor that distinguishes or sets me apart from that. Basically. So it's not encouraging. And you begin to wonder, I've been hearing it since I've been in secondary school. Oh, this person, once you graduate, you begin to wonder, okay, where do I go from here? There has been no job. There has never been jobs since I've been in secondary school. There has never been jobs. For the record, I think I graduated 2007. Yes, 2007 with a lot of delays as it went. There has never been job. And you begin to wonder, what is it that we're going to do for ourselves, basically? And you find out that a lot of these courses that we attend in schools, I'm sure that someone must have come here to mention that these skills are no longer relatable to the industries. So I went to a particular school. I think I have seen, okay, greatest Moshood Abiola Polytechnic student. It's a pleasure. We're part of our school. Forget all the tushness, you know. And there's a particular lecturer, don't let me bust his open. I think from myself, I got the note of someone who graduated about 5-6 years before I did it. And word for word, sentence for sentence, column for column, comma for comma, everything that the man dictated to himself was exactly And I'm sure that my school is not in any way different from most universities that we have. You can imagine recently a school saying that we want to go online, we want to have online lectures, and they have to publish it in a newspaper. Did you get the irony of that? We are going online, we're teaching online, and they went to a newspaper publication, and to publish the fact that anybody who does not attend the online class through the newspaper will be all right. How many of us have written IELTS? Confess. IELTS. How many of us has written it? Don't put your hand, don't let the president know that you want to vote. But we'll be all right. And we keep shouting and we keep crying that there's great rain in Nigeria. Everybody here would confirm to me that one or two people that you know are spotted or has gone to Canada, Australia, Netherlands in the last 2 weeks. And there's something these people do. These people are actually looking for. And we are getting. And we get to these places, we see Nigerians being mentioned as the best. So what is happening here? What is happening to us in our own country? Why can't we be the best that people are becoming right over there? What is going on? You know, we can only keep blaming the Nigerian factor for so long, and that's the truth about it. We can only keep blaming and keep throwing shades and say what exactly is going on. But in getting employability for Nigeria, we notice that most of the time we see vacancies all the time. And even for employers, like I said, I'm going to be switching between employers and business owners. And if I don't try to strike a balance, please help me follow along as we go. So basically, I begin to wonder the kind of graduate that we have now, is it really true that they are unemployable? But this set of graduates are the ones producing companies like PiggyVest that is getting a lot of. How many of us know PiggyVest? There's a brand still. Okay. Did we hear of the deal with Utiva and Paystack recently? Good. This thing from and still we claim. I see people's interviews at the point I stopped doing interviews. Basically, with my role now, I stop doing because it's frustrating, actually. And you see one person out of about 9, maybe you interview this every day. And you see just one person that can, come up and say, this is what I want. And you think, okay, I can get this person. But basically, is it really true that we are unemployable? You know that the problem being operated right now in Moscow and not in balance. I know that these are things that we've heard, but sometimes we need to reiterate these things. We need to have an understanding that the world is digital, the future is digital. There's nothing we can do about it. You are either going to move along with it or you'll be swept away with the time. So you swim with the current or be swept away with the time. You do not have a choice. So when we're saying that we need to be fit for the marketplace, what exactly do we mean? Is it a country that we is budgeting for trivial things over and over and over again? Our National Assembly budget is way more than they can even vote on for the healthcare. What exactly does it mean to them? What exactly is the marketplace? Everywhere that transactions can be made and be exchanged for valuable results is the marketplace. This is the marketplace. I can mention something now that I'm looking for someone who can transact this kind of business, who can design a logo. Someone made this for this year in Ibadan. So it used to be maybe one banner and just the logo, and that was all. But basically, if we say that this is what we want, I'm sure that you can, if you can't do it, you can get someone who can repair, who you can repair, am I correct? And you would immediately get these things done for me. So wherever you find yourself, and transactions can be made legitimate, transactions, genuine skills can be exchanged for not necessarily money. I'm careful about mentioning money these days because there are actually things you can exchange now that are even much more than money. An example is social capital. Basically, what's your social capital right now? Because basically, some people will say that, oh, I need to give you this amount of money, and everybody jumps. You know, when they post trivias and say 20 million and an opportunity to sit with this person, you see a lot of us choosing the money aspect. So if your situation demands money, please go with money. Don't, don't be like some people. But basically, your social networks matter sometimes more than the cash you're going to get. So how does the graduate see that I am fit in the marketplace? I'm sure that even if we are not all school graduates, right, we are graduates of a particular place. Maybe we need to check the definition of graduate somewhere. Even if we are not graduates from academic institutions, some of us are graduates of life. Some of us are graduates of technical schools. We have gone through particular training that some inherent skills have been built into us, basically. So the marketplace is not only for the graduates who have done 4 years course, who has done this, and we're now beginning to send CVs to uncles and aunties. And you know how those uncles will say, just don't worry, finish school. Once you finish school, like they send me your CV. How many of you send CVs to uncles? May God forgive them. It's really trash. So, you know, so many factors and all of that. But we can keep mentioning causes of unemployability or how do we get fit for the marketplace. One factor is Nigeria, basically. One factor that we have is Nigeria. There's we are here. We are here and we do for now anywhere else to go. So employability skills that we need to build. How are we going to make ourselves fit for the marketplace? And basically, those are the things that gives you the drive, that makes you employable to either an employer or makes you attractive to a client. That's for the businessmen. Like I said, we're going to relate. So it's not only about being employed, okay for a career and doing well on the job. You need to be able to stay and hold firm your client's attention. So basically, the skills that you have that will help you to achieve this. Someone brings in the business. You never know where the places of referral can be. And you find that a lot of people recently have had issues with people who have referred for business and they mess you up, thereby staining your reputation with those people. So when you are talking about not being fit for employment, the business owner, how exactly are you fit for the industry that you are operating in? Can someone wake you up and say that I can recommend these things? So basically, your employability skills or your fitness for the marketplace has to be skills that you have that can be um, applied to any industry that you are in. Any industry that you're in, you must be able to adapt to those places. And basically, if you look at anywhere, you will see that there are three types of skills. You see the hard skills, the soft skills, and the transferable skills. Basically, the hard skills, you call them the technical skills. So these are engineering, what you call the hard skills or the technical skills. They are skills that you actually go to school to learn. An example, oh, I'm a graduate of engineering. You understand? I learned this, I'm an architect. I have a type of education in it. You have learned it over a period. It's not something you just wake up and you see. Those are your technical skills, basically. And you have the soft skills. These don't require formal training. You have skills that actually you can actually be defined. You can actually learn it. Sometimes you will see people mention that, oh, prior to now, I don't know how to communicate well, which I know is one of the tenets of JCI, basically. And oh, over time, I've been able to watch people do this, and I've been able to do this. I was the head of a committee, was the head of this, and I've been able to come out. So basically, that these are traits that determines your work style and all of that. Transferable skills also are things that you learn from experience. So these are the kind of skills that you're working on. These are the things you can see in black and white all over. All right. But if we are to look at it, almost everybody in this place has one form of these skills or the other. Correct? We have one form of these skills or the other. We've practically gone to school, we are graduates of something, and yet we keep seeing that um, employers are not getting the graduates, employers are not getting the kind of graduates that they need. So, what exactly now? What exactly um, employers want? I'm here to tell you that there's actually one other skill that needs to be added to those ones. Whether you have the soft, unfortunately, time will not allow me to dwell on each of them, give you examples and all of that. Okay? But I'm going to drop the slide and you can ask me questions. You have the soft skills, you have emotional, so examples of soft skills, communication skills. Who can help me, please? Emotional intelligence, you know, and the technical skills, you have your certificate, correct? You have gone through this training. You are a certified engineer, you are a lawyer, you are a communicator, you are, you are graduated from the school and you have the skills. Even the transferable skills that we're talking about, things that you learn on the job. Maybe you have a job, you have a project, you have a research, you imbibe the skills all through this training. There's still something that is missing. And I'll just go mention the name of the skills, and you say that it is street smartness. Most of the time, we do so much on all the previous skills that we have. We're so particular. If you look at one of the causes of unemployability in Nigeria, it is the disparity between the employer and what's it called? The current Nigerian graduates. People have different expectations of what the employer wants, and the employers have different expectations of what the graduate is bringing to the table. But a lot of us lack these street smartness skills. And this is what is missing most time in the boardroom. And that's what I've come to tell you today. You can have A1, you can have B plus in all your courses. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are not street smart, you cannot survive Nigeria. Like I said, I'm not going to teach you how to write CVs. I'm tired. I've seen so much in my life. You need to be street smart. You see someone, even if this is the only thing I can mention here, because it's so sad that we don't get to see this. Now, for example, I give you an email, info at jci.com, correct? What can you tell me? From this email that I've mentioned, can you tell me 5 things? Can you tell me 5 things? Info at, I'm giving you an email. Oh, there's no, sorry, I'm so used to that. Info at info@jcibadan.com. If you have a pen, please write it down. So it has more clarity. info@jcibadan.com. Tell me 5 things from that email. And I want you to do a research. And I say, what do you know from this email? I don't know if it's okay to promise this. But I know on behalf of Mr. President, I want to promise the president that I can actually have the best. The best I can see the kind of that he just gave me. I'm not here for you, so you can't do some job. You know, info@jcibadan.com. So I'm going to leave that on the table. Tell me 5 things from that email. I want you to do a research. Anything you can tell me, what does that produce? I'm already giving you a clue. Street smartness is missing in today's boardroom. Having street smarts means knowing how is not wrong, actually. Knowing how to respond in different situations and paying attention to your surroundings. That's what my definition says. It also means acknowledging worst case scenario and then taking steps to prevent them in the most casual way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have street masters in Nigeria today, in any employer's place today, looking for a job, in any business that you're doing, you cannot survive Nigeria. Anybody ready? Is anybody ready? No one still has not gotten any. Okay, can you help us? I don't, like I said, I can cut off every other tax system. If this is the only thing we are able to get from ourselves today. I wish I could share it. Thank you. The first thing is that they have an office. And they have a customer care. From incoming. Just learning and junior servants. I don't do that. I just give you this. No problem. I guess some of the is law. A for effort. Law is fine. The teacher is fine. They have a website. They have a logo. And they have a color. Okay. Any other person? She has mentioned one of the most salient points. I don't know if I can go. Fellow activists, what I want to say is you must be able to have adaptability skills. The ability to do what? Understand your surroundings. Most graduates do not survive what we have today because they are not street smart. You don't know what to do or what to say. And I give you an email address and I said, give me information about those people. And you're asking me, how do I reach them? For heaven's sake, a graduate who does not know that all you need to do is remove info at and type www in front of what? This guy, you have the website. For crying out loud. So from the website, you can get contact. You can get, what else can we get? Phone number, profiles, everything. And you're asking me, what do I need to do? How? You know, these are some of the things that are missing. Emotional intelligence. There's nothing you can do. Knowing when to speak and when to keep quiet. Knowing how to understand your boss. And telling me my boss does not get me. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to get you. I know the balance about teamwork and all of that, understanding this and that. But there are much more to that. Do you understand what makes, have you found a solution to your boss's problem? Or you just come in and you tell him the problems that are in the office. How many times have you thought about it? To say that even as a business or an entrepreneur, how many times have you looked at your neighborhood and you say, there's no light in this area all the time? But we all know that sometimes you are the person that can actually create a solution for that. So in everything that you do, you need to understand that understanding the nature of your industry. Being street smart is not only being thug like or doing this, it also means for you as a professional understanding the legal basis and frameworks that guide your industry. For example, do I have accountants in this house? Yes. Okay, so what is the trend in your industry? For example, I work in HR, but I know that there's a new tax law that makes us go back and go back to calculate payroll. I know basically that the CBN does drop the, I'm not even talking about banning of cryptocurrency that I had yesterday. I'm talking about the one that was established maybe in January, where the foreign reserves were affected. And they just came up with a policy, and all of us started running around. Do you even know the legal things or legal requirements of your profession as as an architect, as an engineer? Do you know the acts that guide current? You can as a barrister, do you know the provisions of the Nigerian Pensions Act, of Child Labor Act? You know, what are the rules? I know that barristers are meant to cram law, but if you, as finance, do not understand the trends in your industry, do not understand the legal requirements in such a way that if you want to fight HR all the time, they tell you the law says. Do you know what the law says? As a finance person, do you know what the tax computations of your company is? Do you know how your business makes money? In such a way that when you work, we all want to get to what's it called? The boardroom. We want to be bosses and CEOs. But today, if I were to put you in a boardroom with these people, can you have intelligent conversations with them? Do you know how the company makes money? Or all you want to do with your HR or with your manager is we need salary increase. And if they ask you, how do we make money for this company? Can you intelligently ask this conversation? I can see him blinking at me. Like I said, if this is the only thing that we can achieve today, I think I am fulfilled. Are you street smart? Do you have your antenna or radar? Do you understand the legal requirements of your industry? Do you know what of things? The government, even now let's go to government regulations guiding your industry. If you're an environmental person, if you're an estate agent, if you are whatever profession, there's an agency or Nigerian body, you want to operate in this same marketplace, whether as a graduate, whether as a mid-level professional, whether as a business owner or an entrepreneur. What can you say about the strengths of your industry? How does it affect, how does government policies affect what you're currently doing or will currently? I hope that we're able to introspect and go all out. There are a lot of skills that we can also build that has been added to that time may not permit me to share. But today, are you actually giving your best to your area or your niche in whatever career or profession you are? Can you really say, if you are alone, can you say that Olamide, I am giving my best? All right? And that's when nobody can answer you, when you are the only one that can answer yourself. Can you honestly say that I know everything that there is to know about my profession, about my career, about my business, or the industry I operate? I'll leave you this question, and I hope that you've been able to gain something from this session. Thank you very much. When we were having the session, my husband, many years, I feel someone permit his wife to finish high dedication in the morning, directly from church, and bring him to a business morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adebisi Adeshoko. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Question for Athena, please. Any question for Athena? Take one or two questions.
When we await questions, recognition is a continuous process of Junior Chamber International. I introduced in the other time that he stepped out. Welcome with me, personality of the month of February. With a resounding applause as he is ushered to the